Hi, Dave Bykowski here. I want to talk to you today about something that's very dear to me. And it's a problem that I've seen ever since I became disabled myself. As a lot of you know, or most of you know, that I am a right below the knee amputee. And I have been so since 2008. And it wasn't until 2 weeks ago that I really got a good form-fitting prosthetic that I could walk around without difficulty. I was in a wheelchair for most of the time, and then for some of the time I had a prosthetic leg, but it was not adequate, and it caused me a lot of problems, bleeding in my stump and such. But I don't want to get into that. Here's what I want to talk about. The problem with people utilizing handicap parking when they don't need it is rampant. Let's just forget about the people that are using their mother and father sticker. Forget about the people that are parking that don't have a permit. There's a bigger problem, and that's that people who have it legally don't need it. I don't know. I think doctors give it away like candy. And I think they're afraid that if they don't give somebody the permit or the slip for the permit, that then the people are going to go elsewhere. And doctors are having a rough time. So, I want to stop this. And maybe one of the best ways to do it is to have doctors that are designated to give out these permits, that you have to go in and have a physical exam. Just like if a kid has to go in to play football, they got to go and get a physical to be, before they can go play football. And just like a vehicle needs to be inspected. And if those inspectors pass somebody that doesn't need to be passed, they can be fined. Well, doctors should be fined. I'm sorry, doctors. It's terrible. It's bad. It's not right. Look at the handicap logo. It's somebody in a wheelchair. Now, I'm not saying that everybody has to be in a wheelchair to have it. I think that there's people with canes, walkers, and people that just have an impaired gait or the way they walk, or people like myself with an amputation, now an artificial limb. But let's face this too. Once I can walk around for long lengths of time and for long periods of times, I'm not going to utilize and take up a space that I don't need. I'm going to leave that for somebody more in need of that, somebody more physically impaired. It doesn't say parking for the elderly. And how many people you see get out and they're elderly? Look at, if you can walk around the mall, if you can walk around Walmart, if you can walk around a park, if you can do these things, you do not need handicap parking. That's it. That's it. You don't need it. The other day I saw a young couple in their 30s. They were loading up their van at Walmart. And I walked up to them and I said, "Are you really handicapped?" And the guy said, "No, but our children are." And I looked and I said, "Well, where are your children?" And he said, "They're at school." I said, "So why are you taking up a handicapped spot?" "Well, our doctor said we could." I said, "Really? Well, then your doctor can pay your fine." Are you kidding me? You are taking up a space that some little old lady in a wheelchair could use, so she's got to look all over the place. And you know what? It's everywhere. Even at my church. I can't tell you how upset it makes me. And my church is a big church, and it's got, I swear, maybe 100 or more handicap parking. But yet, people abuse it. And it's ridiculous. I can't believe it. It's just gotten ridiculous. How about this? How many of you heard this? "Wow, I'm going to go to a concert, or you're going to go somewhere. Oh, but parking's terrible." "Hey, don't worry," someone says. I'll get my mom's handicap sticker. No problem. It's just ridiculous, and it's got to stop. There should be higher fines. There should be an identifiable way to report abusers too. Maybe a site that you can say, question people's whether they really truly are handicapped. I call to order all doctors. If you have given out these permits, please, when it comes time to renew, look in really, is this person really handicapped? Realize what you are doing. By giving these people these permits, you're denying other people with true handicaps from using them. I urge you all to join my site, as you can see it below. Go to my site, my fan page, and join and be an advocate. I'm going to take pictures of people. I'm going to confront people. I don't want you to get into fights. There's a polite way to do it. But these people need to be confronted. I'm going to try to do things by talking to legislatures, trying to see if I can talk to people in government and politicians, see if we can end this. Let's do something. I guess the best way to do it is to have doctors that are designated to give out these permits and give them, pay them so much for doing so. Because look it's not going to get better. And they're not going to make more parking spaces. And if they do, there's just going to be more abusers. So I've ranted and raved enough. Please, if you feel this is a just cause, join it. I'll have postings on there. I'm going to try to do my best to lobby, to be an advocate for those who truly need the handicap spots. Thank you. God bless you, and have a great day.